A group of public interest lawyers filed a lawsuit Thursday alleging that embattled Cook County Assessor Joseph Berrios violated state and federal civil rights and housing laws by knowingly producing inaccurate assessments that punished poor and minority homeowners across the county. The lawsuit, filed in Cook County Circuit Court, contends the county's residential property tax scheme is neither accurate nor uniform and is perpetuating institutional racism by shifting the tax burden from wealthier, majority white neighborhoods to poorer, minority neighborhoods. The lawsuit also alleges a lack of transparency in the office, contending the secrecy is antithetical to democratic accountability and undermines public trust and confidence in the residential property tax system. Specifically, the lawsuit alleges that county assessments overvalue low-priced homes while undervaluing high-priced ones. Known as regressivity, that flaw leads to deep inequities in property taxes that break down along racial and ethnic lines, with poor, Black and Hispanic homeowners paying more than they should while wealthier and white residents pay less. As a result, the lawsuit argues, the county violated the Illinois Civil Rights Act, equal protection clauses of the state and federal constitutions, and the Federal Fair Housing Act. In response to the lawsuit, a spokesman for Berrios issued a blanket denial that anything is amiss with the office's assessment system, but he declined to comment on the specific allegations in the complaint. The office has repeatedly denied that assessments are unfair or plagued with errors. We again state that property assessment in Cook County is done correctly and fairly, Tom Shar, the spokesman, said in a written statement. We do not comment on possible or pending litigation. Drawing heavily from the Chicago Tribune's series The Tax Divide as well as studies conducted by the lawyers, the Illinois Department of Revenue and a number of academics, the lawsuit alleges that Berrios systematically and illegally shifts residential property tax burdens across the county. The investigation has continued with an examination of commercial and industrial assessments, published last week in collaboration with ProPublica Illinois. Residential properties in Hispanic and Black census tracts, for example, were twice as likely as those in white tracts to be overassessed by 20% or more, according to the lawyer's study, yet another in a long line of reports finding the assessment system to be error-ridden and deeply unfair. The assessor's office has pushed back against critics, saying there is no bias in its assessments. Berrios has offered no evidence to back up the claim, however. Attorneys filed the lawsuit on behalf of the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council and the Logan Square Neighborhood Association, nonprofit organizations that help low-income, minority residents with housing matters. It is fundamentally unfair that families in this community are required to pay artificially inflated taxes for their homes and bear a disproportionate share of the tax burden in Cook County, said Patrick Brosnan, of the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council. The lawsuit asks the court to force the assessor's office to adopt new residential valuation methods that produce fair and accurate results, to disclose all records, methods, and computer code necessary to allow the public to replicate the assessor's work, to appoint an independent monitor who would ensure the office follows the court's orders, and to award monetary damages.